We are on page 15 of the packet, and as mathematicians we need to get used to visualizing geometric statements and then thinking about what else you can conclude based on that information. So especially pages 13 and 14 are really important to look back on, maybe even 14 being the most important. So in this first example here, if we take a look at this, this says the measure of angle 1 equals the measure of angle 2. What we can also say about that then is we can say that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. And the reason is the definition. Got to spell it right. Definition of congruence. And that seems to be one of the most challenging ones to reasons to give. So it seems like we already said that, but measure of angle 1 equals measure of angle 2, that was given, and then we need to make a statement from that, and that's where we get the angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Remember, we could have gone from here to here, the second statement first and the first. In fact, as we look at example number 2, it's the same idea here. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 7, so then what we can say is we can say that the measure of angle 1 is equal to the measure of angle 7. And the reason is still the definition. Oh my gosh. Definition of congruence. When we look there at number 3, the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 5 equals 90 degrees. That's our given. So what we can say here is we could say that angle 1 and angle 5 are complementary. And the reason that we can say that is that's the definition of complementary. Number 4, angle 1 and angle 7 form a linear pair. Well, what we can say then is we could say that angle 1 and angle 7 are supplementary. We've talked about that a lot when we've been talking about linear pairs. And then the reason we can say that is the linear pair postulate. And I haven't gone back to page 14, but again, if we do go back there for a moment, angles that are a linear pair are supplementary. There's what the linear pair postulate is. So again, don't overlook your resources from your packet here. So we did angle 1 and angle 7 are supplementary. That's the linear pair postulate. And then what we can say from there is that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 7 is going to equal 180 degrees, and that is because of the definition of supplementary. As we look at problem number 5 here, angle 8 and angle 9 are right angles. So what we can say here is that angle 8 is congruent to angle 9, because they're both right angles, and that is our right angle theorem. Again, look back on page 14 at your right angle theorem if you're unsure there. And once we know that, since we could say that angle 8 is congruent to angle 9, we can also say that the measure of angle 8 is equal to the measure of angle 9. And that's our definition of congruence. And finally, here, and it might be nice if you could see that. Let me pull that up so you can see. But as we finish here on problems 6, angle 4 and angle 7 are complementary. So a statement that we can make from that then is that the measure of angle 4 plus the measure of angle 7 equals 90 degrees, and that is the definition of complementary.